Good morning, Lucas family. My name is Fabian. I am the owner and training director here at the training department. Today, we are working on some further layering with Luca. One of the things that we want to see in all of our dogs is we want to see excitement. We want to see a lot of like, not necessarily fighting the training equipment, but whenever they do start feeling the training equipment, we want them to basically know it's a little bit of a puzzle for them. So if there's like, oh, there's a cot, there's food, and I feel this pressure directing me towards the cot, I'm going to run to the cot and take food, right? And so this is the matter of having clean repetitions. And so right now, that's kind of where Luca's at. We want really, really, really clean behaviors, and then we start taking them outside to be able to do more with. So Mariah, why don't we do a little bit of like pressure to yes? So tap for food, and then we're going to do tap the food into a heel. So once we get them really excited back and forth, we're going to channel that excitement into heel. And so what Mariah is going to do is exactly that. Tap on that mechanical collar and the e-collar, and then get him to come and take food. Okay. So Mariah, let's slow down a little bit and grab further on the line. There you go. So grab further on the line and do a little more gentle pop, slow it down because I want him to comprehend, not necessarily rush experience, but such a intense experience. There you go. So right now, when we slow things down, he can understand what's going on. And he can learn to ignore distractions such as other dogs. So cool. So now we're going to follow that pressure into a right here and lure him. Good. Nice. Now we're going to walk him around. He's untangling herself. Good, good, good. Take your time. So whenever we say this way, we're going to guide him with both the mechanical collar and the e-collar. So add a little bit of like continuous pressure with the collar. There you go. Bingo. And slow down the turn too. We want the dog to give in to the turn and follow it and beat us to it. Beautiful. There you go. There you go. And slow down the turns a little bit by taking up some more of the line. No, take up more of the line, more of the line, and add a little bit of pressure. There you go. Slow it down. And so you see, he feels the e-collar and then he tries to pull away from it. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, so there's distractions. And so now downgrade again to lure and pressure around the turn. Good, lure and pressure on the turn. Perfect. So now we have the lure, which is providing guidance, and then we're adding pressure on the mechanical collar. There you go. Good. So just the lure and mechanical. Beautiful. Okay, so now what we want to do, Mariah, so we're going to take a pause right here. Let's send them back to place. There you go. And I'm going to position the camera here on the tripod so I can demonstrate a couple of things here. All right, so we are back. So one of the things that we were doing with him is that when we apply the mechanical pressure, he is kind of fighting it. And there's two different types of pressure, right? There's a continuous pressure and then there's a momentary pressure. So momentary pressure is more or less like give him some slack. So he's going to take up some slack and then turn around and just tap, 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 tap. And if he messes up and doesn't follow us, we're not going to add food. And so we're going to rinse and repeat that with momentary tapping just in the mechanical collar. And when he decides to beat us to it, like he sees us do a 180 and he's like, oh, they're going that way. And he decides to join us, then we're going to heavily reinforce with a positive reinforcement when we get sick. So let's do that again, Mariah. And we're trying to get the dog to understand detailed mechanicals to increase the fluidity of all e-collar and mechanical pressure. So we're going to do that again. And then turn away, but don't add pressure right away. Good. Reward that. Nice. Nice. Good. Do that again, but don't pull them on there. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. Good. No reward, no reward, because you have to use a negative reinforcement. Do it again. Good. You reward on that. Don't reward on that one either. No reward. Come back this way. Reward that one. More, Mariah. More. Like that was a really good job. So I would say yes. Nice. Good job. Play with him for food games a little bit. Get him to chase you. Don't add pressure unless it's needed to keep his focus, but keep going. Yeah, there you go. So Luca's the type of dog that loves this kind of stuff. He wants to play. And what we want to do, so you're trying him out there. Okay. There you go. Keep that excitement and we're going to channel that into a heel. Okay. Heel. Nice. Back to obedience. Back to obedience. Back to obedience. And now same routine, Mariah. And anytime you have to use a mechanical collar with the tapping, also use the e-collar with the tapping. Okay. So we're repping 180s. Another direction here. 180, Mariah. 180. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. No reinforcement. So we don't let the dog adjust our behavior. We want to adjust their behavior. Okay. Good. Look at that. Nice. 180 again. Nice. Good job. Okay, Mariah, say all done and send it back to place. And remember, just mechanical pressure if you need to. All right. So next part. So this is all good. Like he's doing really, really well. But as we have him here now for an extra week, so next week, we want to work on these fine detail stuff, and then we want to work on, let's take him outside and make sure this fine detail things are transferred. So now we have a little bit of an understanding of dog arithmetic. The dog does this, this happens. The dog does that, something more positive happens, right? Because if I wasn't nagged with a collar, that also, so that's how you transition off training equipment. So the next thing is now we have focus. The dog's moving with us. Dog's moving with us. He's predicting our behavior. Now we're going to do this. Stop, add a little bit of mechanical pressure. Tap, 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 stop. The dog sits. Boom, 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 boom. He's going to get crazy. Like, I want to play with you, Mariah. And then we're going to do tap, tap, sit. So we're going to go from being crazy to sit. Yes. Crazy to sit. Yes. And so we want him to understand that the training collar also means the brakes, right? Stop, slow down. Yes means we're being crazy. And then we're going to do something like this. Back to heel, tap, tap, tap. Get in here. Stop. Good. Heel, stop. Good. And so when we have a very repetitive sequence, we get to diagnose where and how the problems are happening and how we can further improve a dog. This happens for any sort of pet dog, sport dog, working dog. It's all the same thing. So, all right, Mariah, whenever you're ready. Nice. There you go. There you go. Take that time to untangle yourself. Forget the e-collar. I'll take it. Hand me the e-collar real quick. And I'm going to keep it within frame of camera for anytime I use it for the family to see. So we're going to be at an 8. All right. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and move around. There you go. Did you see that red light? Okay. Good. Do it again. Good. There you go. Tap to yes. All right. Now we're going to get the heel. So take your time. Take your time. Take your time. All right. Get the heel. Good. Turn around. Turn around. Good. Reinforce that. Turn around. Good. Tap and sit. Good. So say right here. Stop and sit. Good. My job is to time the e-collar exactly as Mariah is using the training, from the tackle training. So say right here. 180. Nice. He's walking. Stop and sit. Good. And stop and sit. Keep going. So basically, you try to do that. So I make them 2 times. All right, let's do it again. So do a 180 and then walk past the cock. Something right here. There you go. Why, yes. Why, yes. Yeah, there you go. So we're celebrating that he chose something else and something that was different. Good. Nice. Beautiful. Nice. All right. Let's do one more tap to yes and one more tap to sit. All right. So we're going to take a pause here. And one of the things that we want to illustrate, and as you guys work to take him home and we continue working him, the type of negative reinforcement, whether it's constant or intermittent, is really, really important. And so in this side, he felt a training collar the first time, and he's like, oh, more is coming. Let me speed up so that I can get into behavior instead of like, oh, continuous pressure or constant pressure. I'm not going to escape it. I'm going to be slow. So for him, it was one of those like, he feels the first tap on the training collar, and that means that he's going to more stimulations are coming. Therefore, he rather just complete the behavior in one, right? So more to come. Lesson here is the timing of when you use the e-collar, when you reinforce, it's really, really important. And there's a difference between building behavior and making the dog do things, right? Because we can very easily get into making the dog do everything instead of providing scenarios and challenges that allow the dog to build new behavior. So thanks for watching, and please comment if you have any questions.